it is here. I go back, I come back in, so these are disappearing. Can
But
you
that
help
one
me?
is a UI.
Yeah, that one is UI and they want us to fix it.
We're not fixing UI for this one because this one is...
Actually, Shahid told me to look into it. It's a quick thing to just fix it.
Oh, I think if you want to do that, you need to check the latest UI. Because
No, this is the. I want to fix it on the old UI. It has nothing to do with the latest
but
UI.
we are not going to support that in the new UI, so why would you fix it?
Since it's small, that's why I would fix it. It's just hiding and hiding, nothing else, right?
Is there
But I
any
don't
other
know.
tickets which are not related to the UI?
There are few tickets that I have to look into yet. But
Because I think that one should be the lowest priority.
yeah, they are lower priorities. There are higher priority, like the tickets are. These are the 3 tickets. The second ticket is I fixed it. So the first ticket and this 11 number, the 1 and 11, they are interlinked. For some reason, when they actually tapped to stop the stream, it didn't work. So when it didn't work, it actually, then they leave this screen and then they unlink the camera. It didn't work also. So that is interlinked. Okay. So I just wanted to
what is the ticket about?
This ticket is about these 2 things. So these are being hidden. If you can help me find it in the code.
That stream 2?
Yeah, stream 2 and this mic. Because you know it more. That's why I'm asking you if you can help me find it. Start broadcast.
Stream 2 shouldn't be there anymore in this new UI. I mean, this one should be ignored.
The thing is, we started the stream to YouTube. Now, when I go back, come back in, when before going back, these 2 things were appearing. Now I come back in, they are missing. So that's what the ticket is about.
I think you should, to fix this one, since this one is supporting only stream UI, disable the hide and unhide.
Yeah, that is what I want to see, because this is complex screen having 5 different classes to handle. So if you can assist me where to find that code, then I'll do it.
You can do it from the this one. Let me check. Stream 2 is in the action. Yeah, action view.
Action view.
So then we can disable the hide.
This is mic button.
Yeah, mic button, and then.
And what was that? Stream 2.
Stream 2 is the. I think it's the view. Can you check stream 2? Or I think stream 2 is under the bottom view.
Bottom camera mode information view.
Yeah, that one.
Okay, so there are
Yeah, the
YouTube.
stream 2 label. You have the. You can hide the. You can disable the hiding of the. Just check the bottom camera mode information.
So this is bottom camera mode information view. Which particular icon should I do, or which particular image?
The stream 2 label. You're only. You can it again the stream 2, right?
Yeah, so it's stream 2. Which variable it is? I'm not able to see it. Is it stream 2 label? We have one label and one icon, right?
Yeah.
So is it part of some super view?
You can do the streaming view. It's part of the streaming view.
Okay. So streaming view is actually a round view.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll look into it. So the button action is actually where?
The action for what?
Action for this button.
It's the action camera controls.
Action camera control.
Yeah, for this one.
What is that? Action camera control.
Camera control.
Camera controls control. This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have two bags.
Sorry?
You have two bags.
Yeah, because I wanted more oranges, so I brought two. It looks like across the Chinese New Year, the orange merchants earn a lot of money, right?
Yeah. It's more expensive during Chinese New Year.
Yeah, but that's a very good opportunity.
For orange?
Hmm?
Because the oranges
$3.
cost higher when it is.
I think these oranges may be only, not really the other one, like the Egyptian
But this one is
orange.
better than the one that I saw in the fair price. This one is like.
Yeah, this one is different actually. This one is different, but the oranges in fair price, there are variety of oranges, like Egyptian and US oranges, South African. So I don't see any price difference in those, but this one is different.
It should be higher. This one should be higher.
Yeah, but there's a very good opportunity. Like every year, if we try to import some cheap oranges from somewhere, we can sell it. It's a good business opportunity. Because my country is the second or third largest producer of oranges. Yeah. So we also have
It's very
variety.
cheap.
Yeah, it's cheap over in my country, and it's variety of oranges. Like this is one type of orange that we have, and this is the expensive one, I think.
Afghanistan is. Where is
Pakistan, not Afghanistan. It's side by side.
Pakistan is a big country, right? So you must
Yes,
have
big
a lot of
country.
produce.
Yeah, in fruits we produce this. We produce mangoes and the other fruits also.
And then we have four seasons. We also
Maybe
have
four seasons.
And we can produce a lot of varieties of fruits.
Yeah, that's why there are varieties like.
But is it potato or rice is your meal? In your meal usually you have potato or rice?
No, we eat bread in a meal.
Oh, usually it's bread.
Yeah, these days it's bread. Yeah, but in some of the regions only maybe 2% of the some areas where people are like that, they eat rice with every meal. But rest of the country, they eat bread with every meal.
What kind of bread? Is it the normal bread that you buy in the bakeries?
No, it's not the normal bread. You have seen the paratha, right? It's similar to that thing, but it's not like that. It's quite bigger, like that much bigger. That much bigger, little thicker.
What is the name of the bread?
It's called as roti. That's it.
Roti.
Simple name.
So you're the ones baking it, or you buy it just buy it?
No, in our country normally people cook at home. So that's why every household the people over there cook.
Oh, is it fried or is it made in the oven?
Oh, it is kind of blend.
Really?
So, but in the marketplace there are people that bake. So the baked one and grilled one are two different kind of things. So it depends on the taste. Yeah, taste is different, but normally people don't bake at home. They grill it. And it's a usual business with it. It is present with every meal.
So biryani is also like
Actually, the biryani is an Indian food, but since this region shares the same kind of food, so there is a kind of biryani over there also. But the kind of biryani you see here in Singapore is different. That biryani is South Indian biryani. What the kind of biryani we have is more similar to North Indian biryani. So the difference between these two biryanis is the South Indian biryani, they cook the chicken or whatever separately and they cook the rice separately and they mix together that. In that biryani that we used to eat, it's different. And that meat and rice are cooked together. And there is no gravy in it, without curry. So there are very good spices, and sometimes people put some other things like potatoes and peas in it. But mostly it is potato, normally it is chicken or mutton or beef, and rice.
so which one is more popular, chicken or mutton in your country? Do you eat beef?
Yeah, we eat beef also. We eat chicken, mutton, beef, any kind of meat.
Except pork.
Except pork. Any kind of meat we eat. So in terms of popularity, since chicken is cheap, that's why it's popular. Otherwise,
Even here, chicken is the most available.
yeah, but at least here in the marketplace, you will find the price of chicken, beef, and mutton is kind of equal. So, but in our country, chicken is the most cheaper one. The second cheaper option is beef. The third cheaper option is mutton. Fish, and then mutton. But over there is no trend of creating fish biryani at all. So fish is eaten in a different way. But usually in terms of meat, we consider chicken, beef, and mutton. Mutton is the most pricey thing over there.
Mutton is goat, right?
Yeah, it's goat meat. So it's most pricey. Like its price is twice as the price of beef.
Even in our country, it's very expensive.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to grow goat.
Over there in Pakistan there are a lot of goats, but still because the consumption is also high, that's why it's
And
pricey.
goat also is taking time to grow. It's very small. It takes time to grow.
Even the buffalo and cows also take time.
Yeah, but it's bigger.
It's bigger, but it takes more time comparatively. Like in terms of the animals, I think the camel has.
I also have camel.
We also have camels, but it's not popular to eat. People eat it, but not very popular. But in terms of meat, camel has most of the meat. Like thrice as times as buffalo or cow or something like that. Because it's a big animal. its meat is a little different, like its meat is salty.
Salty.
So when you cook Tamil meat, you don't have to put salt in it. So the meat is itself salty.
Oh, because I think because of the water retention.
Maybe, I don't know about it. In taste it is salty. It's a different kind of meat. Some of the dishes it's a specialty, but it's not very popular.
I think it's very expensive.
No, it's not expensive actually. It's comparative to beef. Its price is equal to beef. The mutton is its most expensive thing, and on top of it, some people like to eat deer.
Deer is more expensive.
Deer is more expensive than mutton even. Even here in Mustafa Center, you can find deer meat, and that's also good. It is low in fat, low in cholesterol. And the good thing is, there are two types of animals. One are wild animals, one are farm animals. Wild animals are always better than farm animals because they eat natural things. But like the best meat is the grass-fed meat. And in farm animals, you cannot find grass-fed. They feed these grains and all kind of things. So it creates more and more like fat. In Japan there is a type of meat, it's known as Kobe meat. Kobe, K-U-B-E, Kobe meat. That meat is have a lot of expensive.
Yeah, because it's very healthy.
It's not healthy. That's the problem. It is juicy meat. It has, when you cook it, it's juicy. And the juice actually comprised of all fat. And the animals that they feed on is a special type of feeding, and it's primarily all type of grains that creates more and more fat in it.
But it's expensive.
It's expensive because they breed in a different way. They grow the animals in a different way, and it is exported across the globe. So you can estimate that maybe 200 grams of meat costs $100, $100 US. So that's the price. Yeah, but since it is juicy, that's why the steaks and all those kind of things are very tasty of it. But it's not healthy really. In contrast, in beef, if you want healthy meat, then better bisons are the best options. Or bison. Bison is an ox, but it's a wild ox. Like it's wild meat. Like that's the difference. Like wild meat. Yeah, it's expensive because it's rare. But consumption is also less. So that's why it's not that expensive. So the contrast is between the grass-fed meat versus grain-fed meat. Grain-fed is in farm and grass-fed is in free space. Just like there is a difference between the sea fish and the farm fish.
They also have a desert.
We have a lot of deserts. Yeah, it's Pakistan. It's not a problem. We have a lot of deserts. Like normally the deserts are made of milk and dairy products. That is the main ingredient of our deserts.
You're very near to India.
Yeah, it is. It is just like that. This is Afghanistan. This is India.
Oh, you're also neighbor to Iran.
Yes, neighboring country. Like this is China.
Yeah, this one.
So
You have more. You have mixed race, like you're from India or from Afghanistan or Iran.
yeah, it is. You may think of it like people living in this region are similar to Iran, people living in that region are similar to India, people living in that region are similar to Afghanistan. And people living in
Chinese.
They look like Chinese, the people living in the top. This is the most beautiful area because it is, this is a mountain range called Himalaya mountain range. So here you will find Mount Everest, and here is the second largest peak, called Skedu. So this is ice. This is full-time glaciers. All the time they have it's ice. That's it. Ice mountains. And that is the middle region.
You're living where? Here.
I was born and lived here. Then I moved to the middle.
How come you moved there?
Yeah, because my family roots were there. So I moved later on there. Instead, my brothers are living here, my mother is living here.
So yours is a cold place?
Yeah, this place is tropical. It's not cold. And this central region is cold. And this is the region where there are snowfalls and all those kind of things. And this is also the region which has everything. Here we have desert in this region. So we have all kind of terrains also, like deserts, mountains, and all anything. So like
It's a big place.
yes, a big place.
Ours is only at that. It's very small.
No, I think your is not bad. Your place is
It's small place, but it's a lot of water. So that's why it's
yes, still it's bigger like this and this. You can see these are bigger pieces of land. And much bigger than Singapore, right?
yeah, it's bigger than Singapore. Yeah.
Yeah. But comparative to this one is bigger
Yeah,
place.
this one is bigger.
Yeah. Previously,
So you cannot
Bangladesh
go
was
to the sea. If you're here, you're just going to the lakes.
there are
It's
no
very
lakes
difficult
here
to-
even.
You cannot go immediately to...
Yeah, since I was born here, so I was living in the coastal area, so I was accessible to sea. But the people who live here, they don't have any access to sea. Like this place is 1,000 kilometers from here. So that's why, and there are no lakes in this region. Lakes are here, and very large lakes are there. But they are usually this is one of the lakes. These are also lakes, but they are quite large.
Oh, India is the biggest.
Yeah, it's like big. It's 3 times to us.
And China is almost half of the...
China is also bigger. The biggest country of the world is Russia. You know. This is Russia.
Like
This is
half of the country.
yeah, it is the biggest. The second biggest is Canada. US is the third biggest. China is 4th biggest. And Brazil is the fifth.
Greenland is not huge.
It's not inhabited. Nobody lives over there. Like nobody lives in Antarctica, and nobody even claims Antarctica. There's a big continent, but there's totally ice.
Here is a lot. Israel is not here.
Israel is
It's very small.
here, very small. Here, this triangle type of thing. It's very small country. You see, this triangular coastal region, that's Israel. Yeah.
And that's why you're with similarities, cultures in this area. Because you're
Yeah, we have similarities of cultures with Afghanistan and India. Not that much with Iran. It's different. So we have similarity to these 2 regions primarily. Myanmar is it's also big. Myanmar is big, right? But look at Vietnam. The Vietnam is not big. It's just at the coastal lines. Very small comparatively. And Malaysia is also a small country. In contrast, Indonesia is bigger. It's bigger than yeah. I think it's small, but comparative to Singapore, Singapore is just a simple island, 750 square kilometers. That's it. In the city I was born in, 3,500 square kilometers.
Sri Lanka is here. Sri Lanka is very small also.
Yeah, it's also island, but it's quite bigger island, not small.
It's smaller than the Philippines.
Smaller than the Philippines. Sri Lanka is smaller. Have you been to Sri Lanka?
No.
I've been to one.
Similar culture also.
Yeah, it is similar to India, but not to Pakistan. But it's good. It's a good country. Yeah, 2 years ago I went to India. And it was also cheap. I stayed with my family for 3 days, and in 3 different places we moved around, and the total price was $500.
540 days.
Yeah, it includes accommodation, traveling, eating, everything, and visiting places. Yeah, it was cheap, and the attractions that were very good. Like we did safari and all sort of things. So there are like hilly areas also in Sri Lanka, jungle, many things. So which countries have you been to before?
It's only here.
That's right.
Israel, I went to US,
Okay.
Malaysia, Singapore.
Okay.
I think that's it.
I see.
I went to New York, Canada.
I see.
Those places on just around this place.
Actually, the first time I went out of my country, I came to Singapore. That was the first time, first overseas travel. Then I went to Malaysia because of side by side. Then I went to Sri Lanka, and I went to Saudi Arabia. I went to UAE.
Rizal is a great country.
Great country.
Is it a very nice country or is it?
It's like Singapore actually, because UAE has 5 states. So one state is Dubai. I went to Dubai actually. So it's like it's organized and managed like Singapore. It's that much equal to when I think of it. But the only thing in this region, the problematic thing is it's a desert area and it's hot. It's hot to an extent that 11 months of the year it's very hot. And 1 month is no, it's not cold at all. It's not cold at all. Like that. 1 month the temperature west is 30, and the rest of the 11 months it's 40 and 40 plus. So that's why it's always hot, and that's the reason people who are living over there is no day life in it. Yeah, you need to have aircon everywhere. Aircon everywhere. There is no concept of living without aircon. You cannot live. So that's one thing. Like you need to have aircon, and the other thing is there is no daylight because you cannot go out in the sunlight. Even with shadow thing, you will get burned, something like that. Yeah. So that's why in daylight you won't find anyone on roads. People are not used to walking or skating or anything like that. People don't do that in those countries. In the evening, when the sun sets, they came out and there's a nightlife. So that's different in this region.
Nightlife is very precious in this area.
Yeah, because literally they cannot do anything in the day. It's too hot. That's why they have to do it like this.
Russia should be the richest country. A lot of resources.
Not really richest in terms of resources. Like, what is the precious resource? Is oil. So Russia have oil, but not that much. Oil lies in this region.
Yeah, how come there's a lot of oil in this?
Because that I don't know, but it was just found.
Areas, right?
Not these areas. From here, Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Yemen, these are oil-rich areas. Russia is gas-rich area. It has natural gas. The largest reserve of natural gas Russia has. The second or third largest is Pakistan. And these areas, they are rich for diamonds.
So if you go here, you have to have visa. Which countries you don't have visa?
Okay, so the countries like Sri Lanka, Nepal, and there are 2 small countries, Maldives and Bhutan are there. And yeah, those are the 5-6 countries that we don't really need a kind of visa. We just need to apply and get an approval to enter. That's it. Apart from that, there are some we need visa for Afghanistan also. But there are some countries that we have good relation. For example, Turkey. So we can go to Turkey, but still theoretically we kind of need some permission or some visa sort of thing for going everywhere, just like that. But these are the relatively latent countries that doesn't care much. Like, okay, you can come. So, yeah. But our passport is quite bad, you know. It's the worst.
Ours is like
The worst passport in the world is also Afghanistan.
That's
Because of many reasons, but Pakistan is the second worst, so that's the problem.
is it hard to get inside other countries because of your passport?
Yeah, because of our passport it is hard, and because of Afghanistan it's the most hard is for Afghanistan, the second hardest is us.
Yeah, it's because maybe you are neighbors, that's why.
Yeah, because we are neighbors, so that
Because
was the area
some
was never.
Afghanistan will go here.
Actually,
They visit here.
this region was never peaceful.
That's
So
why
since it was created, there was war going on all the time. So,
since it was created,
yeah, it's some war zone. So,
since the world began.
you kind of even think of it like if you read the history, you will find there's always these people are fighting.
They said that the people here in Iran, right? They have like the history is like the genes or their parents or they're all related. Like they have one parent and then they the family grew and then they moved to different places. Like, so this
Technically, it was like that. Like humanity starts from one person, Adam and Eve, and then these are all the descendants. So that's and you know at
it
the time
starts
of,
here in Iran, right? Right. Is it?
we're talking about the inception of Adam.
Yeah.
The famous known thing is this place, Sri Lanka. There is an Adam's Peak in Sri Lanka, you know? Adam's Peak. And there is a footstep of Adam march over there. But it's legend. I don't know the reality of that. So that's why people think that that was the place where Adam first came into being. But the other famous opinion is like this, you know, Abraham.
Yeah, there.
Abraham was here. He was born here. And I don't know about where Noah actually born, but most probably this region is, people say.
This is where actually this region is. This is where most of the holy people came from.
Yeah, the holy people, yeah, true. But this was not the region of the holy people. This is the region.
Iraq.
Yeah, Iraq, Syria. Because previously it was Babylonia.
This one is the Babylon.
This one is the Babylonia. So that's why you will find all the prophets and coming to Jerusalem, Iraq, not really in Iran. So Syria, Iraq, and whatever this is. Maybe this is Jordan or some country. Yeah, it is Jordan. So Jordan, Lebanon, and Israel.
Where's the this one?
Yeah, and Egypt also. So this is the region. That's it. And they scattered. Like for example, nobody knew United States 400-500 years ago. So Columbus actually found out that land. Then people started inhabiting. So this is the overall history. And people were not living everywhere before. They were living at certain areas. Then gradually they discovered those lands. And they started inhabiting all those lands. But I don't know why the population of China and India are the largest one. There's too many people. 1 billion over there, 1 billion over there.
Yeah, it's not properly divided.
Yeah, but this region, this is big. It makes sense. But this is not that big. There's still 1 billion people. Like we have 200 millions. So
What is your population?
200 million.
100 million. Ours is 100. Oh, ours is 100.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Like in Singapore, there's 5 million people. That's it. Oh. Like if you look at Japan, they have also a huge population.
Yeah.
It's a small country also.
Small country, but there's a lot of areas which are not populated.
Yeah, true. Whoa. Yeah, this is it. Okay, let me hurry. Yeah, sure.